Welcome to the Internet Chess Club. Checkmate.
Good evening, chess fans from around the world. This is Pete Tamboro for Chess.fm, bringing you another episode in Openings for Amateurs. I have given you a little taste of the center counter in the last lecture. However, we did the knight takes d5 line. Today we're going to talk general principles kind of stuff with the queen takes d5 line. And the reason for this is that so many people buy specialty books and memorize lines and so on and so forth. What we try to get amateurs to do, I'm an amateur, is to really a lot of times just think for yourself. All right, it's when we get too wrapped up in memorizing a whole bunch of lines that we get stale. We don't think right. We don't seem to find our own ideas because we haven't been practicing with our own ideas, or even practicing trying to find some. Your brain is a muscle. You have to use it, and not just to memorize, but to think higher order thinking skills. So let's. What we're going to do tonight is take a look at two games played by two British players, and I think that is appropriate with the Scandinavian because the British have a great deal to do with bringing the Scandinavian back into view, so to speak. So we're going to look at it from the white point of view. And the reason for this is because a lot of people get very flustered with a lot of Scandinavian stuff, and I want to give you some examples of just general principles at work. People that aren't trying to blow the Scandinavian out of the water or try and put the latest wrinkle on the latest line. But let's take a look at these games. I'll show you what I mean. This first game is between Stuart Conquest and Julian Hodgson from the Bundesliga in 1995. And here, Conquest played e takes d5, of course, and after queen takes d5, the very natural knight to c3. There are very few people I know that play anything else. It's just such a natural and good move. Here, black plays queen to a5. Now look at white's next move, bishop to c4. Now, that's not normally, in the books you get your d4s, your knight f3s, but mostly d4s, and there are all sorts of exciting lines in there. Hey, what's Conquest doing? He's developing his bishop. He's putting it on a good square, and it attacks that. Okay? All right, enough said. Okay, here, black, of course, plays knight to f6. He wants to do the same thing, develop. I guess he's kind of curious to see what white does. And here, white now plays d4. Okay, okay. Black plays c6 to give his queen a retreat, usually back to here. And now white plays another interesting move. He plays bishop to d2. That attacks the queen. All right, indirectly, he's not going to do anything crazy yet, but it's just an indirect threat that black has to worry about. And black gets very nervous about that, so now he goes back to c7. Okay. Now, here, let me mention something. Let's say, black decided to go here, let's say, just to get aggressive. Well, white Conquest points out that even though black is attacking the bishop and pawn, you can play queen e2. All right, and if the guy who takes the queen knight pawn, as we used to say in the old days, sleeps in the streets, well, here's a good reason why. Rook to b1, and I love this comment by Conquest, queen to a3, and now knight to f3. All right. You don't have to chase the queen right away. We'll talk about that in a later lecture. Just develop.